their voices echoing in the quiet street. David accused Evelyn of being ungrateful, of trying to make him feel guilty. Evelyn, in turn, confronted him with his neglect, his lack of empathy, his cold indifference. As they spoke, old wounds were ripped open, old resentments resurfaced, and the bitter truth of their broken relationship was laid bare. She remembered everything from his childhood, the nights she stayed up with him when he was sick. She remembered all the sacrifices she made for him, and for Carol, and all she asked was to have their love, their respect, their time.
"Why, David?" she finally asked, her voice breaking. "Why did you leave me all alone?" David hesitated, his eyes shifting, his face contorted with a mixture of anger and pain. He admitted that he had found it easier to keep his distance, that dealing with her aging and her needs had become too difficult, too overwhelming. He claimed that he had been struggling with work and his children, and that he simply did not have the emotional capacity to deal with his mother.
He also claimed that he didn't understand why she felt abandoned. He had sent a Christmas card. He had called a few times. For him, that was enough. Evelyn listened in stunned silence, her heart aching. She realized that his abandonment wasn't just a result of negligence, but a deliberate act, a conscious choice to prioritize his own life over hers. The realization was like a punch to the gut. She felt betrayed and used. "I'm not going to beg you to love me," Evelyn said, her voice now cold and firm. "But I will not tolerate your lies or your disrespect. I am your mother, and I deserve better." She turned her back on David, knowing that she could not fix the problems with her son. She felt a sense of relief and sadness, but now it was her turn to say no. David watched her as she walked into the house, his face etched with a mix of guilt and resentment. He knew he had pushed her too far, but he couldn't bring himself to apologize or to try to mend their relationship. He simply turned and got back into his car and drove away, leaving her once again in solitude. The encounter had been a painful ordeal for both of them, and it marked a point of no return in their relationship. Later that evening, Carol called, her voice strained. She had spoken to David, and she had also found out about Evelyn's activities at the senior center. She accused her mother of airing family dirty laundry and of trying to make David look like a bad son. Evelyn explained that she had not been doing anything other than living her life. Carol did not listen, and she simply told her mother not to call her again ever before hanging up the phone.